Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh,
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Minneapolis. Good morning, St. Paul. Good morning, Hudson, Wisconsin. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Have a seat. Thank you for being here. Please welcome my sidekick sister from another Mr. and Taco Bell's Employee of the Month. Run to the border. It's Kendall Mark, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. I will say I love the Taco Bell. I know it's your thing, but if you're going to make me an employee of somewhere, can it please be Taco John's? Because I want to eat the potato olays.
Okay, now I have an update because I do love the Bell, and I told you the last time you brought up Taco John's.
Yes.
The better half, Colin, prefers the Taco John's.
Mm-hmm.
I had never been to a Taco John's in my life. Now that change, I know, I'd never gone to I'd never been to a Taco John's.
You've never experienced potato olays with cheese dipping sauce?
No, I had not. So, but then there's a brand new one near the cabin in Princeton. There was a Taco John's, and then they moved to a better location. So we had a field trip a couple weeks ago. I finally had Taco John's for the first time in my life. You're right. It's amazing. It's really good. Yeah, I like the Taco John's.
Thank you.
Yeah, we had potato olays. I forgot what else I got. But look, my heart will always be with Taco Bell. Because in college, you know, you can't afford anything. I mean, you're a poor college student.
Mm-hmm.
I lived off bean burritos. I mean, literally, I lived off them. I wouldn't, and then even in my early 20s, I lived off them. That and roasted chicken from the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Because, again, my dad, I had his gas card, his Amoco gas card, and when I was just broke, I mean, like capital B broke, the only thing I could afford, I would go down to the Amoco gas station on Nicollet. And the owner of that gas station, he got so sick of me because I would come in and I would grab all of their macaroni and cheese and then all of their roasted chicken. and I did it like weekly. And he would look at me like, get out. You know, like here you are. You're taking my full inventory of shells and cheese, which the Kraft shells and cheese with the pouch.
Oh, so good.
That's the best
pouch.
Mac and cheese ever. And that's and then when I had a little extra money and I just didn't care about my weight, I would go, this is so bad, but I loved it. There was a McDonald's down the road too. On Nicollet, on East Street. I don't know if that one is still there, but I lived in Loring Park, and I would walk down to that one, and I would get a 20 McNugget, and back then they had supersized fries. I would get a 20 McNugget and supersized fry, and that would be my meal. Oh, and 3 sweet and sour packets, because I love the sweet and sour. And that would be my lunch and my dinner. I have no problem. I'm very proud of the fact I can eat a 20 McNugget like nobody's business.
Very economical, too.
Oh, it's very economical.
Seriously.
Oh, there's something. I have not had a Mac Nugget in a long time.
I haven't either.
I need to have a McNugget soon.
We should go on a field trip.
Yeah, a field trip to McDonald's.
Yeah.
That's
There's one right down the road.
that's how low budget our show is. That's why we're just gonna go down to Mickey D's. But no, so those things. So Taco Bell is close, and then I told you there's a woman that works at the Broadway Ave location. She's my girl. And I pull up, she's like, "What's up, TV boy?" You know what I mean? She calls me TV boy. "What's up, TV boy? What's up?"
Hi.
And then she's going to talk about me today on the TV. Yeah, I sure will. She goes, "Thank you." She goes, "By the way, can you take me to Disney World?" She goes, "I know you go to Disney. Can you take me next time?" "Sure, I'll take you." She knows she doesn't care anymore. Now she's just asking me for things. I love it. Yeah. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dance. Roll it, Leo. Here we go. I take it as a compliment. That's how comfortable people are with me. They're asking me now randomly, please take me to Disney World with you. Yeah. Let's get started. Hey, we're going to devote this whole segment here to Olivia Newton-John. I know it's a sad way to start the show, but we have to. I mean, before we go any farther, I say this a lot. the words legend, icon, people use it too much. It's very convenient. It's an easy word to use. She is an icon. I mean, she's an icon. The singer and actor died yesterday. She was 73 years old. She battled breast cancer for more than 30 years. 30. She has a great foundation, too. Newton-John's family shared the sad news yesterday morning with us all, saying she passed away at her home in Southern California. She was surrounded by her family and friends. Shortly after her death, fans started placing flowers on her star along the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Look at that right there.
Wow.
Olivia, Livy, I found this out. Nicole Kidman called her Livy. I love that. Livy first hit it big as a singer in the early 70s, but is best known for her iconic role, obviously, of Sandy in the movie musical of Grease. Look.
You better shape up, 'cause I need a man. When my heart is set on you, you better shape up, you better understand. To my heart I must be true. Nothing left for me to do. You're the one that I want. The one that I want.
Yep. I could listen to that all day. Grease, that role made her instantly an international superstar. I mean, they were Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta were everywhere. Every magazine, every talk show, every variety show, Johnny Carr, everywhere. They were absolutely in the pop culture sandwich at the time. Olivia's Grease co-star, I mentioned him there, longtime friend John Travolta, remembered Olivia in an Instagram post. I thought this was quite lovely. He said, "My dearest Olivia, you made all of our lives so much better. Yours from the first moment I saw you and forever. Your Danny, your John." Yeah, they weren't just, I know, it kind of gave you, they weren't that, that bull crap, fake friends. A lot of people do movies together, and I get it, and then you separate, the crew separate, and you really never see each other again. They remained really good friends throughout the decades. A few years after Grease, Olivia made another movie musical. Now look, we're not going to try to sugarcoat it even today. It was a box office bomb, but it became a cult hit later. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a scene from Xanadu. Yep. So it featured, look at her. I wonder if her neck's gotta hurt, girl. Anyway, it featured a nightclub full of roller skaters, circus acts, and more. And Gene Kelly, singing in the rain there. The movie featured several big songs, including Suddenly, Magic, and Xanadu. And fun fact, at gay headquarters, we have to watch that in week 3. It's like, it's part of the training. It's week 3. We watch Xanadu and we,
digest.
Yeah, we watch Xanadu, Private Benjamin.
Yep.
Old reference on that one, yeah. But no, it's really good. They made a musical out of it. I remember seeing it at Chanhassen. It's so trippy. Like, it's not great, but you should watch it.
So the whole thing is set in a roller rink with circus
Not
acts?
the whole thing, but you got to remember where the culture was at that time. Roller skating was huge. We were still, Jeff, what year was that? 80? 80. Okay, disco was still in the air. It was getting ready to land, but disco was still in the air, and roller skating rinks were everywhere. So it captured a moment. They're trying to make it tried to make the movie musical come back. You know what I mean? It tried, like Moulin Rouge would do in the 2000s. It tried to reinvigorate the movie musical. Well, after the success of her movies, Olivia returned to where she started, music, in the early 80s. In 81, she released what would become her biggest hit of all time with a video that at the time, people were fainting. They're going to church. They were clutching the pearls. Look at this. Yep. By the way, we watched this video in week 5 of our training at headquarters. Physical was an instant smash. It spent 10 weeks, Kendall, at #1. It marked a new, sexier image for Olivia, and the video won her a Grammy Award. Because, you know, like a lot of actors who get kind of pigeonholed into a role, you know, she's sweet Sandy, Sandra D, as the song goes. And she wanted to leave that. She didn't want to just be known as sweet and saccharine and pure Sandy, so she took roles like that. But let me just, a little education for the youngins. That video caused such a stir. Think about it. It was before George Michael's I Want Your Sex. Oh, that one. People were in the streets, just like parents, grandmothers were fainting, thinking.
There were signs.
Yeah. That was before Madonna's Like a Virgin. You know, you had never seen a lot of oiled up men in a locker room. You know what I mean? It was like...
Only in your dreams.
Or week 6 of training, yeah.
It's too hot to handle.
It's a very long training process, yeah. Anyway, no, it was a big deal. So it's just, before we go, to wrap this up, I said this to Kendall in the meeting. I think the reason, I don't want to speak for the audience, I think the reason that this is what I call she's a touchstone celebrity, meaning for probably a large chunk of our audience, she is connected to our teenage years, to our childhood, and that's why this one stings a little bit more. Losing Sandy, I think so. We're gonna take a break. We have a lot more to come. Stay with us, everyone. Back in a moment. The hot dish isn't done. When we come back, can we put this in the do we need this file? They're making a Pac-Man movie?
That's me.
Details just ahead. Then meet the Minnesota couple vying for the title of owning the ugliest home in America. How ugly is it?
If I haven't thrown up yet, it's livable.
You're gonna see. And she is a music icon, Grammy winner Jamesia Bennett. Will join me live. She's a legend. That and more when we come back. Welcome back, Cotta. John Travolta Connection. Welcome back, Cotta. You've heard of that show, haven't you? Mindy Kaling was on with Stephen Colbert last night. She's promoting the new season of her Netflix show, Never Have I Ever. And Stephen asked her about soliciting advice on social media. That is her late night rewind. Look.
You tweeted for advice while you were at Disney, which I think is a dangerous thing to do, because then it lets people know that Mindy Kaling is at Disney, and your legions of fans will hunt you down in Tomorrow World or whatever.
Yes,
You said there's something wrong with this. I don't see anything wrong with this.
There's a little typo.
I'm going to Disneyland with the kids really soon. What to wear and bring with me for 8+ days in the park. No jokes, please. This is deadly serious.
Yeah, there's a typo.
What is the typo?
Days instead of hours. For the record, this audience did not think that was strange.
Here's the thing. I didn't think it was strange either.
8 days in Disney?
People spend 8. Have you ever stayed at Disney?
Yeah, I do, but you would think.
It's wonderful. It's the happiest place on earth.
But you can spend hundreds of hours there in a row?
You don't have to. 8 days, that's just 64 hours.
That's like telling your boss, I need more than a week off to go to Disney, sir. Or ma'am, whoever.
Sure.
The hell's wrong with that?
You've never done that.
I tell my boss that every year. It's in my contract.
Twice.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, when we did this show, I'm trying to think the longest I've ever been there.
You would do Disney World for longer, because she was a
Oh, yeah,
right?
Disneyland, because it's only 2 parks. Disney World, I think I've been there 8 days. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, I've been there 8 days.
You didn't leave?
I don't think I ordered Judgment with my chicken meal, but okay. Yeah, what do you mean I didn't leave? Where the hell am I gonna go?
I don't know, like what if you just want to go anywhere that's not Disney? What if you're like, I just
Mickey
wanna go to
Mouse
the beach.
doesn't keep you behind a fence. You can leave the property.
These are the questions I have.
No, you can leave. Did you think that once you get to Disney, they don't let you out? It's not a
I
Roach
don't know
Motel.
how it works. Like, aren't you just in, and then they're like, you're in, like you're stuck on the ride. You're buckled in.
Goofy isn't at the entrance forcing you to stay. You can come and go as you please.
I've never been invited, so I wouldn't know.
Well, after that behavior, you never will be. More late night for you. Rob Mickelnett. What is it, Jeff? How do you? Whatever Jeff said. Just filling in for Jimmy Kimmel. Camille Nanjiani was his guest, and he talked about his new Hulu series, documenting the scandalous start of the Chippendales, speaking of strippers. That led to a conversation about stripper names.
Do you remember the old game to find your stripper name? It would be your first pet, and the street that you grew up on?
Yeah.
What would your stripper name be?
Bagel Clifton.
Bagel Clifton?
Yeah, because I live with Bagel now. She's my first pet I've ever had. She's a gorgeous little cat. And Clifton was the street in Karachi because, you know, the British used to run us, and they named some stuff, including that street. What would yours be?
Peppy Plumstead.
That is actually good.
It's actually pretty good, right?
That's a good one, actually.
Peppy Plumstead.
Yeah. The show they're talking about is called Welcome to Chippendales, and it hits Hulu later this year. Do you mind if I ask? You know, you don't ask a lady what their stripper name would be, but I mean, you know. We've broken enough HR rules here over the years.
True. Mine is Taboo Hawthorne. It sounds so hot, doesn't it?
It
Like,
does.
that girl can swing, you know?
I would totally tip you. I
Thank
totally
you.
would, yeah.
What's yours?
Mine is Buffy Glenbrook. Yeah.
Not the same ring.
I think Buffy, a stripper named Buffy?
I like Buffy, but Buffy Glenbrook.
Glenbrook, yeah, we lived
get a better street.
We lived on Glenbrook Drive in Michigan City, Indiana, in a little cul-de-sac.
Look at you, Desperate Housewives.
Kinda. I mean, more like Knots Landing. But yeah, we live right on the edge of the cul-de-sac, across from my dad's boss, which did not bode well for me when I decided to have a party and didn't tell my mom. And then all of the teenagers were running out of my house, to which my dad's boss saw that, called my mom and my dad, and I was grounded for like a month.
Is that when you lost your Dallas privileges?
That's when I lost my Dallas privileges, yeah. My mom knew how to ground me. She didn't, you know, she would ground me from things that I loved, so she wouldn't allow me to watch Dallas, which was horrible, and I never did that again, yeah.
I never did anything wrong in high school, so I have no idea what grounding felt like.
You mean the public never knew about it? Is that what you mean? Hashtag judge, that's right. That's right. Get ready for a movie reboot of something every kid in the 80s remembers. But I'm not quite sure how this is going to work. Here's the headline from Deadline.com. A live-action Pac-Man movie is in the works. It's based on the idea from the guy behind the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. Now, if you need a little history lesson, this is the cartoon, by the way, everyone. Pac-Man was first introduced as a video game. It became like a pop culture sensation. This, what you're looking at, they even made it a Saturday morning cartoon on ABC in 1982, following Pac-Man, Mrs. Pac-Man, and Baby Pac. At one point, no, this is no joke, listen to this. Our research team found out that at one point, Pac-Man the cartoon was watched by more than 20 million people. No show nowadays, even primetime shows, get that type of audience.
And for a cartoon about Pac-Man.
Oh, it was huge. It was everywhere. There was a song, Pac-Man Fever. I got Pac-Man Fever, it's blowing my mind. Anyway, and then everything, like my third grade, I always talk about Mrs. Freeze, my favorite teacher. We were called the Freezes Breezes, and then we had a little Pac-Man as the mascot. I still have that t-shirt, and I wish it would still fit, but it would not fit.
It just sits in a drawer.
It would just, I put it in a drawer. But I don't, how is this movie gonna work? Pac-Man is just a round gobstopper. You know what I mean? He's just with a big mouth. How can you make that live action?
I don't understand either. Wait. What if they put him in one of those giant like ball suits? You know, the ones that you run in? You know what I'm talking about? Those like ball things that you run in? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Did you visit a winery before the show started?
I'm just saying that could work.
No, but I'm saying like live action. I get an animated, but how can you make Pac-Man live action? Not like that. No, sorry.
I thought it was brilliant.
No, next up, only a few weeks away from the premiere of the new Lord of the Rings TV show on Amazon Prime. Well, now the man responsible for the Lord of the Rings movies is speaking out about what it was like making the epic movies. Director Peter Jackson spent 6 years of his life making the trilogy, but he said, listen to this is why we're doing the story. He considered doing hypnotherapy to try and forget the experience. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Jackson says he never got to experience the movies like everyone else because he was so wrapped up in making them. He hoped the therapy would wipe his mind clear so he could just watch the movies and enjoy them. Peter Jackson didn't go through with it, but says he's excited to watch the new series because he has nothing to do with it.
For better or worse.
This fascinated me because is there anything, not to put you on the spot, is there anything that you would go to a hypnotist to wipe your mind of?
Girl, there's like at least 20 things.
Okay.
You know.
Anything that you would like to share?
Well, I
that
would
won't
say
get you in trouble.
That won't get me in trouble. I think like there are books that I've read that I wish I could go back and read for the first time again. Or a movie that I was really excited about that I wish I could see with new eyes for the first time. So I could see why him as a major fan, he would feel like that.
Okay.
You know, I mean, would you do that if you could watch Dallas again with all new eyes?
No.
Oh.
No, I would wipe away junior high. You know what I mean? Just wipe that right off my memory.
And not re-experience it.
Can I just wipe out 86 to 88? You know what I mean? Just that would be great.
Blissfully unaware.
Blissfully unaware of going to PE class. Oh, and climbing that rope. Oh, it was horrible. Did you have to do that? Well, you're Sporty Spice. You didn't have my problems.
But we did it at the YMCA, and I did get all the way to the top, and I touched it, and then I was like, uh-oh, now I gotta get down.
I got to the first knot, and I fell. Like, oh yeah. I was a little, like a real round kid, so I got up there, and I just fell right back. I looked like a little gobstopper. Yeah, I didn't, I could. But there were kids that made it, was petrifying to me.
Oh, if you made it to the top, if you were like me, though, you just rope burn the whole way down, so it was not worth it.
Yeah. I'm glad I fell. Next in the dish, Tom Cruise is having a great summer thanks to the success of Top Gun Maverick. Now he's plotting his next movie, and he's ready for a little song and dance. Reports are Tom's working on an original movie musical. We don't know what it's about, but we have seen Tom sing on screen before. Remember this? Yep, that's Tom. As a hard rocker in the movie version of Rock of Ages. Besides the musical, Cruise is also developing a movie he'll film in space. He's going to film it in space. Of course he will, with the help of NASA. Now that's cool. If anyone can do that, I mean, he got the Air Force and the Navy to lend him the planes for Top Gun. I'm sure NASA is going to roll out the red carpet for him.
Well, that's his thing. He's just known as doing all of his own stunts and going above and beyond for the movies. So.
Well, you're going to space. You are above and beyond. Let me tell you right there.
Infinity.
Exactly. Tom is going to appear in a story we're going to do in a little bit. Plus, we have two special guests, including the couple that owns one of they're saying, not me, one of the ugliest houses in Minnesota. We'll judge that. We'll be right back. Stay with us, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Well, I love this. It's a show all about finding the ugliest homes in America. I don't know. On Sunday night, the HGTV show Ugliest House in America came to Minnesota, visiting a home in Lake Elmo. One of the worst parts of the home? The smell? Look at this.
Oh, man. Phew. Remember when I said I have active gag reflex? It's active right now. Phew. There's a TV down here. Who is chilling down here? Holy crap. Hold on, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it gets worse, right?
Oh, Did you smell it when you bought it?
We were so mesmerized by the lake view that we didn't care.
That view was not good enough.
Oh, Retta. That's the host, Retta. Love her visiting the house, hoping to win a $150,000 makeover. Joining us this morning is the couple that owns the, quote, ugly, smelly home. Give it up for Lee and Pam, everybody. Okay. I've always wondered, because there's so many of these shows, whether it's home improvement show or something like this, what is the process like? How did you even enter this?
Well, Captain Coupon here, that I like to call him.
You're Captain Coupon?
I guess so.
Way to go.
It's worked out okay.
I was going to say, yeah.
So we bought this lake house in Lake Elmo because I'm from up north, and this is a little piece of home, and we're in the midst of remodeling.
Okay.
And we're interviewing designers and contractors, and he comes up to me and says, "Do you care if I enter this contest?" I rolled my eyes. I don't care.
Because you're thinking I'm never going to win, right?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And what was the contest? This?
Yeah, there were a couple different ones. It didn't say the specific show. It just said we were looking for. There was one for looking for just a straight remodel, and another one we were looking for ugly houses. And so there was a couple different applications online, and you send in some pictures, and
videos.
Didn't really expect to hear anything back.
But you did. So what's that phone call like?
So I got the phone call,
Okay.
and they introduced themselves, and they said, "Yeah, we'd like to interview you for the show." We had like a 2 or 3 hour Zoom meeting
With a producer out in New Jersey.
Yeah. So I mean, they want to make sure. Now I'm looking at it now, and I got to tell you, I don't think it's that ugly. I don't know about anyway. I mean, but okay, now look, the paneling and yeah. Now what? Yeah, let's talk about the smell. I love that all of the wood paneling is being labeled. I love that. Toasted walnut. How would you describe? Is the smell that bad?
To me, it is.
Yeah.
But it was probably a little enhanced by Retta.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for TV.
Yeah.
And I hear you don't smell it, Captain Coupon.
No, I don't notice it.
You don't notice it?
I work there a couple days a week, and I don't notice it. I don't know if I'm immune to it or it just doesn't bother me, but.
How long have you guys owned it?
So 2.5 years now.
Okay. And you you left it, this is how you bought it. This was the state.
Yeah,
Okay.
we took down the fireplace, and there was some wallpaper on the ceiling we took down, but this is the state, yes.
And then, for you, what is the aspect of the house that drives you the most crazy?
The age.
The age?
It's just dated.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the kitchen, is the kitchen bad? I saw it briefly, the kitchen's bad?
All the appliances are yellow, and I mean, the oven's like this big, you can't even get like a pizza in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would be, there it is right there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a little, look at that yellow.
Match the outside of the house.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I take back what I said. Is that your refrigerator? That's the refrigerator, Pam? Oh my goodness.
See why we needed help?
Okay, that's why you're on the show. Okay. So how many days, I love to know the behind the scenes stuff. How many days does it take to film this one? How long were they there? How long was the crew there?
12 hours.
That was it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And Retta was in a trailer outside in our driveway, and we were not to meet her until she was ready, and she knew nothing about us, and she knew nothing about the house. So we had to sell it to her as the ugly house in America.
See, I like that, because then we try to do, in some circumstances, that here, the honest first meeting on camera. Why waste that if it's not going to be on camera? Now, I know she's playing a little bit up for the camera, but did you get a sense that she was really thinking your house was ugly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Because now I take back, it's a little ugly.
It's very ugly, and they didn't even show you the bright red carpet in the main bathroom, in the bedroom.
I'm sorry, what color?
Red, like bright red.
Who puts bright red carpet in?
And blue walls.
Oh my goodness. Now we've talked about the negative. You mentioned this earlier. Why did you buy the house? What do you love about that area?
The lake.
The lake.
The lake.
Yeah.
I'm from up north. in Baxter, and it's a little piece of home, and we just love it.
Yeah.
And it's 1.1.5 acres with 160 feet of lakeshore, and we can drive a mile down the road to 2 different targets, so it's convenient. To everything.
You know what's funny about you saying that, Lee? I told Colin, when we eventually build a house, we need to be near 1 to 2 targets. So I hear you. So the contest now, we don't know yet, like the viewers don't know yet, or has it been revealed?
It has been revealed.
And
out of the 15 homes in America, and then there was 3 homes in our region, the not so Great Lakes area, we did not get selected.
Oh. So do you get like a consolation? Do you at least get maybe a new refrigerator? Or, I mean, yeah, nothing?
They bought us lunch.
Well, hey, craft service. Captain Coupon, you're going to keep entering your house and other things?
If I find the right one, I will.
Perfect. Give it up for Lee and Pam, everybody. You can watch Ugliest Home in America on HDTV, or watch it how we watched it on Discovery Plus. Love that Discovery Plus. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everyone. Oh, that was great. When did you find out? Welcome back to the show. Jamesia Bennett coming up in just a little bit, but right now, when it comes to work contracts, most of us, we ask for insurance, maybe a few vacation days, things like that. But TV and movie stars are not like us. BuzzFeed, we love a good list. BuzzFeed is out with a list of some of the craziest contract clauses for celebrities, okay? So let's go, these are real. Let's go through a few. First up, the stars of the Fast and Furious. Reports are Vin Diesel, Dwayne Johnson, and Jason Statham all have a clause saying they can't appear to lose a fight in the franchise and must take an equal beating in fight scenes.
Oh. So whoever wins, don't they all fight each other?
Well, I think that if they battle a bad guy, they can't really appear weak.
Oh.
I guess. That's how I read it.
It's a very macho contract.
It's very macho contract. Up next, Queen Latifah. After her character died in the movie Set It Off, Queen now has a clause in her contract saying her character can never die. That means she won't miss out on potential sequels.
Okay, when you first read that, I thought that's just kind of a thing, like you don't want to die in a movie, I don't know. But that makes sense. You're like, wait, if there's a sequel, I want in on that. I don't want to be dead.
Also, but okay, now that's looking at it through a financial standpoint.
Yeah.
But what if there's a role? Some of the best Oscars have been given to people that die on screen. It's a great acting opportunity. You know what I mean? Seriously.
True.
Look at Barbara Hershey in Beaches. That was good.
I'm just saying.
Oh, spoiler alert. Yeah. For a 35-year-old movie, but yeah.
I'm just saying, get that money.
No, but
I would get the money.
Yeah, I guess so. Tom Cruise, remember I said we talked about him earlier. There's a reason we'll never see a Maverick action figure. Apparently, Tom Cruise says his likeness can never be used for an action figure or video game character. Now, see, you're alone on this one.
Oh.
I think this is short-sighted.
Really?
I don't think this is smart because if he's going to do it, the way to do it is then just get a piece of that action. If you're gonna give away your likeness, you don't give it away, you sell it.
But have you seen the way they make some of those faces?
I don't care. Again, you were after the money earlier. I'm after the money on this one. Yeah.
It's true.
Make an action figure out of me as long as I get a check or you Venmo me. Sure. Yeah.
Send me a big fat Venmo.
No, but you know what I mean? If you put it in your make an action figure out of me, but I want a piece of those sales.
I suppose. The plastic faces can get real ugly.
Which, by the way, Fox is going to start selling action figures of the two of us. So yeah, you can play. Oh, you don't know that?
No,
yeah.
I quit.
That's right. You can play mediocre talk show at home. That's right. Yeah. And guess what? Fox isn't giving us a dime. That's right.
You get the couches too.
That's right. No. We can't have those. Up next, one of my favorites. I love her, Juliana Margulies in The Good Wife. When she signed on to the role, her contract said that she would wear a wig. Juliana wanted to make sure her character looked different from the role she played N-E-R, because Juliana has really curly hair. She has natural curly hair. So she wore, I mean, now look, those wigs were very expensive, but they were wigs throughout the entire run of the show.
I would have never known that.
Yeah.
Like I assumed someone straightened her hair.
There's a couple seasons, like I think the last season was bad. It was a bad wig.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was a bad wig.
I mean, you can get some really good wings just down the street and like.
No, this
Lake
was,
Street.
go look at the last season of The Good Wife, not a good wig. Finally, Samuel L. Jackson, BuzzFeed says that he has a clause in all contracts allowing him the option to play golf twice a week. And the production company must pay for the rounds.
I like
Yes!
Uh-huh.
If you deserve it if you're Samuel L. Jackson. Come on.
Right?
I love that he's even making them pay for it.
He's like, this is what keeps me calm, keeps me collected.
I should have Fox start buying our Starbucks. That would be great.
Our
Yeah.
Starbucks. When do you get me Starbucks?
I mean, mine and Jeff's Starbucks. That's right, yeah. You can read the full list at BuzzFeed.com. We'll be right back with a Grammy Award-winning music legend next. Stay with us, everybody. You're right. I mean my Starbucks, not yours. Welcome back, everyone. Well, our next guest is a 1, 2, 3-time Grammy winner as lead vocalist for Sounds of Blackness. She's performed with artists like Stevie Wonder, Prince, Janet Jackson, Elton John. Should I continue? We will in a little bit. This Friday, Jamesia singing the evolution of music, jazz, blues, and soul. Look. There she is singing the tribute to the one and only Aretha Franklin. Give it up for my buddy, Jamesia Bennett, everybody. Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I came out, I said hello, and what was the first thing you asked?
I said, where are my biscuits?
I know, I forgot to bring biscuits. I will make up for it. How you doing?
I am doing great. Things are going really well.
I bet, talking to performers that have come on since the pandemic, what was it like? I'm going a little bit back. What was it like to go back on stage after a time when you weren't in front of an audience? You know what I mean? What was that like for you as a performer?
The first time that I went back on stage, I did the grand opening of the Belvedere at Crooners.
Yeah.
So I was the first person to ever grace that stage. And I just can remember the anxiety that everybody had. You know, we were like, okay, it was masks involved. It was just a whole lot. People were still trying, kind of
trying
COVID,
to figure it out.
Yeah, COVID chaos, I call it. And I just remember when we stood on that stage and we began to sing, it was like it was like healing, it was just a lot of healing. I think it was just a healing process for everybody, and not to mention not even COVID, but it was so much going on at that time.
Oh, absolutely.
So it was great. It was an amazing feeling.
Tell me about the show. Walk me through the evolution. What is the show like?
The evolution of jazz, blues, and soul. I'm going to be starting from jazz and venturing off into blues, and then coming through.
That blue looks really good on you, by the way. Look at that blue. Okay, anyway, sorry.
And then going through to soul. So I'm gonna be doing some Ella Fitzgerald and some Peggy Lee, and then switching over to Coco Taylor and some Sister Rosetta Tharpe, as well as Aretha and Stevie Wonder and some other artists in there. I think it's important to do the roots of music. So that young people, because I have a lot of young people that follow me as well, you hear songs now, and I'm like, girl, that's not their song.
Thank you.
That's somebody's song from 20 years ago.
I said that. I did the review of the Elvis movie.
Yes.
And I was saying one of my favorite aspects of it is youngins will know who Sister Rosetta Tharpe is.
Yes.
And I was standing around young people going, who is that? I'm like, she was Elvis before. I mean, there would be no Elvis without Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
Yes,
yeah.
I played her at Park Square Theater.
Did you?
Yeah, I did about like a 2-month run. We did a show called Marie and Rosetta, and I did that show for about 2 months, and it was the exact same time which got inducted into the Hall of Fame, thanks to Elvis.
Yeah. Yeah, if you young people Google her, there would be no Elvis without her. I mentioned some of the talent that you've been on stage with, and you're smiling. I'm just going to give you a few names. I always love to play first impression here. I'm just going to give you a random name.
Okay.
And you tell me just what comes right up to the surface.
Okay.
The things that you think of.
All right.
I'm going to start with my favorite, Patty.
Patty is amazing. My mother wrote Right Kind of Lover, so she's brilliant.
She did?
Yes, my mother wrote that. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I did not know that fun fact. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she... Okay, now I'm breaking my own rules. I'm going to ask you a follow-up question about Patty because I want her to. I've interviewed her several times, and one time she asked me to get her some drag queen. She asked me to get her some heels, and I said she looked at me and she goes, "I know that you know where to find the heels." And I said, "I do, Patty. I'll get you some heels. I'll get you some pumps, not heels.
Pumps.
Give me some pumps."
Yeah.
I said, I know you know where to find the pumps. I said,
Yes.
Yeah, I'll get you some, Patty.
Yeah, she calls you out to your childhood. You know, you are not grown when you're around her.
No.
You know, I'm Jamesia, but she's like, Missy. She called, you know.
She does?
Yeah, it's very much so. She'll call, she's Jason, come here.
That's what she did.
Yeah, I know.
She was so mad at her assistant because she broke her pumps. And I'm sitting there like just waiting to do the interview. And I'm sitting there and she looked at me, she goes, Jason, she did that.
I know.
She's Jason. She goes, I know that you know where to find pumps. She goes, so I need you to wrap up this interview and find me some pumps. I said, okay, I will. Janet,
I was blessed to do 2 of her albums. I did the song That's the Way Love Goes. I did also What I'll Do for Satisfaction. I did that on that album, and then I did her Decade album. And I was 17 at the time when I did her albums. And I was on the phone talking to one of my friends, and she walked through the studio. She was like, "Who are you talking to?" I said, I was talking to my friend Terry. She goes, "Let me talk." So she gets on the phone. "Hello?" Talks, and he goes, "Who is this?" "This is Janet." She's like, "This is not no Janet Jackson." She was like, "Yes, it is." So she's really down to earth. She's super playful. An amazing person and brilliant in the studio. Like
really?
Her voice, she can hear voices and harmonies that her and Michael can do like 6 or 7 harmonies.
Yeah.
That you can't even find.
My last minute with you, I want to go back to you. I want to start I want to end where I started. When you think of your career as a whole, do you sometimes do you allow yourself to take it in? I mean, just the blessings and the career that you've had.
Yeah, that's a good question. I do. I really, really take it in when I see young people reacting to me. Jimmy and Terry have left our city. Prince, of course, is gone. So now I'm kind of like the reachable one. Mm-hmm. So I kind of stay open. So every day I'm still feeling that. I don't ever want to lose that.
Yeah.
I want to stay humble for the rest of my life so I can always be approachable.
Well,
yeah.
We are a better community because you're part of it.
Thank
so thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And I'll get you some biscuits, I promise. You can see Jamesia's show, The Evolution of Music, Jazz, Blues, and Soul this Friday, August 12th at the Chanhassen Dinner Theater. Showtime is 8. Head to chanhassendt.com for tickets. We'll be right back. Stay with us, everybody. Thanks, sweetheart. Oh, my goodness. Are you hugging? Let me think.
I love you. Oh, thank you.
Welcome back. How good. We say this all the time. Love the Jamesia.
Mm-hmm. And so, that's just amazing. She's like, "Oh yeah, I just sang on this one track
I know.
you might know."
That's the way love goes.
That's no big deal.
That's not just a song.
I was 17.
Exactly. It's time for the world's shortest segment. Hello, get ready for the return of E.T. the Extraterrestrial. My favorite movie of all time is returning to IMAX theaters this week, celebrating the 40th anniversary of the movie. The Spielberg classic has been digitally remastered to play in select AMC IMAX movies theaters across the country. You will see me there this weekend. We'll be right back in a moment. I forgot that it's going to be in IMAX. Yeah. Welcome back. Thanks to our guests today. We were just going through, again, just to wrap your brain around, Jamesia, as a teenager, sang on some of the biggest albums of the 90s. I mean, 80s and the 90s.
Incredible.
It's crazy. Tomorrow, Kendall is trying another new job. See if she can cut it as a master beer maker. It's not a stretch. Go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a good day, everybody.